Most ambitious people think that the key to getting more done is doing more, setting more goals or more priorities or hustle harder. But after building a YouTube channel to over 100,000 subscribers while working a demanding consultant job in the beginning and working and interacting intimately with many successful professionals and entrepreneurs, I've noticed that the most productive ones all do the opposite. So in this video, I will show you exactly what it is, the concept, why it works, and exactly how to apply it in your own life. So imagine you're balancing two big priorities in your life, priority A and priority B, and you have more than enough time and energy for both. So you make solid progress in both and life kind of feels stress-free. And since you have so much abundance of time, you think that you can easily balance three big priorities. And this is exactly where most people go wrong. Because when you add one more big thing to your plate, you're not only spending more time on it, but you're also spending more energy, more brain power, and headspace. Your brain will automatically start to think about not only the third priority now, right? Priority C, but also how priority C interacts with priority A and how it interacts with priority B and how all three of them interacts with each other. And the idle time you had before, when you only balanced A and B, where your subconscious mind was allowed the space to come up with genius ideas or breakthrough ideas, now that idle time is compromised. And don't forget the extra stress too, right? Stress from the priority itself, and also the fact that you have a less time to relax now because you added a new priority. And the worst case scenario is if you end up in a situation where you don't allow your stress levels to go down and you end up being in a state of constant high stress, which will negatively impact progress in all the three areas of your life, right? And your life as a whole. So do you see how much more complex it got just by adding one more thing to your plate? Simply adding one more thing is often the exact decision that ruins your focus and progress in all three areas. So I slowly learned this concept through the years, but it really hit me when I was working remotely in Spain for a month. Here, I didn't go from balancing two things to three, but it was the other way around. So I went from focusing on too many things down to only two things. And that was my YouTube channel and the business related to it. And the result in the month was that I posted two of my most popular videos that got over 100,000 views each, and I made my first digital product at the time. And also, I made the life-changing decision to quit my consulting job during that time. It was really one of the most pivotal moments of my life. But what did I actually do? So I went from training pretty intensively in combat sport and going to the gym to now just doing a few bodyweight workouts in my Airbnb a few times a week. And I also went from working 50 plus hours a week in my 9-to-5 job to just 4 to 6 hours a day. And I even took unpaid leave to make that happen. And lastly, I decided clearly that my main two priorities for that period of time would only be my YouTube channel and its business. And everything else was put on maintenance mode and even being fine with some areas slightly dipping. So all that freed up time and energy and headspace went entirely into YouTube and business, which resulted in some of the best progress I ever made. So how can you apply this to your own life in a simple and practical way? First, you have to clearly identify everything you're currently focused on, especially your biggest priorities. Second, choose just two priorities where you want to make massive progress during the next period of your life, say the next 3 months. Everything else gets put into maintenance mode. And also be okay with some areas slightly dipping, or if they're not important to you, you can also completely eliminate them. This part will probably be tough for most people, especially those that still believe that they can juggle everything, right? And also for those people that just have really, really high standards for every area in their life, right? But you might have to let this mindset go for this one. Understand that the difference between making progress and simply maintaining an area is enormous. The potential of freed up time, energy, and headspace is huge, and it might be exactly what you need to achieve a breakthrough in the two chosen areas, in the two chosen priorities. Next, you want to eliminate as many small stresses as possible too. So you've now freed up significant time and headspace by narrowing your focus to only two priorities, but small stresses can still sabotage your progress. So alone, they're quite small and harmless, but they quickly add up and they might affect you more than you think. So small stresses like needing to clean your house all the time, or certain admin stuff, or making food, etc. Now, not everyone have the luxury to eliminate all of those, but the point here is to just become more aware of them and start to think of ways to spend less time on it or delegate them and eliminate them as much as possible. So by following these 3 steps, you'll stop spinning your wheels and actually make breakthroughs in the 2 areas that matters the most for you in this period of your life. So now you know how to choose your 2 biggest priorities and protect your focus. If you want to dive deeper into the next step, which is to execute them as effectively and efficiently as possible, you can watch the next video over here. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.